All right. Well, welcome everyone. Surprise, surprise. You thought it was JP, right? But it's not, it's me. So, hello everyone. Hello, family. We're excited to be here today as usual. And this is the Vetter platform welcome daily discussion call with our Vetter community. It's going to be a really good call. As always, actually, we were just in the middle of watching a trade happen live with Metaburn. And again, we found Metaburn on the Vetter platform, which we'll get into that in just a minute. So again, my name is Phyllis. Today is March the 10th, and I am a Vetter with the Vetter platform. And it's exciting here today. I'm going to actually bring some great information, to you and hopefully get a lot of information, get some discussion going so we can have some great discussion. We had a great call yesterday. So thank you for those who were here. So why don't we go ahead and get started on a couple things. First of all, we got some exciting news, coming out of the VPAD, which as we all know, VPAD is one of our projects. It's actually not called VPAD, but it will be called something else, but we're going to refer it to as VPAD. And what we have just recently done is we have been doing a lot of marketing for Vetter, the Vetter platform itself. So we've had we hired a company called Anonymous who has actually helped a few incredibly big companies to like $1 billion. And we actually hired them as well. And in the meantime, what's happened is pretty exciting. If I'll get a chance to share it with you, I probably will. But also what's exciting that we've just landed some really great some people who are going to actually be doing some YouTubes for us. We have Voscoin, Satoshi Staker, Satoshi Sean, Rice TVX, Crypto Shrek, and we just got some more added today. Joe Paris, which I love. I watch him all the time, and Crypto Wendy, which is another really great one. I love watching her as well. So guys, Vetter is going to actually be it is absolutely the talk of the town. So what I want to do is I wanted to share that with you. I also wanted to share that we're going to have an AMA again on Saturday. The time I don't believe has been released yet, but I think it's going to be somewhere in early afternoon, but we'll let you know on that for sure. So I'm going to now go ahead and I'm going to just stop scaring my screen with this. And let me get the dApp open, and here we go. So again, welcome everyone. I'm glad you're here. And we are going to actually do a lot of information today. So I already have questions actually happening in the chat, which is great, but let me go ahead and start kind of like I always do. I like to be able to make sure, first of all, if there's any questions that people have in regards to the dApp itself and how I can help you navigate that. So you can actually drop them here and I will get that, we'll get that information out to you as well. I want to just share real quickly that this is what the Vetter dApp looks like. Guys, this is what the Vetter calendar looks like. And the calendar, as everyone knows, like for instance, today is the 10th. And we're looking at right now, let's see here. Let me just do it this way, it might be easier. There's so many to choose from. Metaburn. So right now we're actually looking at this project, Metaburn, that was actually scouted by Kevin and also vetted by Kevin. And that's actually happening as we speak. So the launch just happened. So this is an opportunity where you can actually go into our calendar and pick up projects like this. The project right now is doing well. It has a very different type of tokenomics. So if you haven't been connected to it, I would suggest that you sit back and watch and not just jump into it because there are some nuances. But again, we actually found, it was all found right here through our Vetter calendar. So it's pretty exciting. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of explain it real quickly for you. Basically, this is what it looks like. It's a great way for anyone who is very brand new, who knows nothing about how to actually do any kind of crypto sales. We have a great opportunity because you can actually access our little video library right here, and it's going to give you some really good information on how to get started with our platform, as well as some other important things like telling you about DeFi and other things that are actually real important, to learning, really learning about how to actually get involved in pre-sale. So this is a pre-sale, a calendar that we're going to look at. And just to give you some insight on it, this is basically, your personal profile. This is actually tier levels where you can actually, there's specific tiers and there's specific information that you can look at throughout here. So if you're at tier 4, you pretty much are going to have access to everything that I'm going to share today. If you're at a lower level, you may have limited access. You'll still have great access, but it'll be limited. As far as you won't get what I'm going to share with you right now. This is the calendar for actually the month of March. And as you can see, I'm going to explain what all this means. These are people that rank purple. Purple means somebody who has had a really good success rate in the month of January. Our success rate was around 93%, that they actually were able to pick out projects that did well within a specific time period. We also have green scouts, and they're really good as well. And we also have beige scouts, which are actually, kind of average, but actually, to be honest with you, they're doing really, really well right now. So right now there's some team stats too, so that you can look at. So for instance, if you wanted to actually open this up and take a look at maybe, who are the top bettors, who are the top paid bettors right now, you can actually look, on the leaderboard and look on the top 3 people that maybe you might want to follow, top scouts, maybe people that you might want to follow because they do well at picking out projects. So again, just something for you to actually look at and think about. This is a great section here. This is our gain section. This is a great way for you to look at and say, wow, these guys all gained all this. Vodka Hawk gained a 10x from something that Captain Kurt actually posted. He gave him a 10,000 vetter tip. Okay, so these are actually thank yous from the people, excuse me, people in this row. They're actually thanking the people in this row because they've actually were the scout on the project. Really exciting. So just, wanted to share with you that this is our tips. You can tell that, like I said, Vodka Hawk gave him had a 10x, gave him a tip. And some, you don't have to do tips. So some people choose not to, and some people do. But I think it's great to be able to turn around and give someone a tip specifically because they, they help me actually get a 2x, 3x, 4x, and beyond. So this is called a hot list. And the hot list is basically just a section where you can look at like what's hot right now. And that's based on, a lot of times it's really based on what's happening right now, what the track record of that particular scout is. So you can actually take a look at that. And pretty much that's what it actually kind of looks like. It's pretty sophisticated. It's a lot of information. I know I won't buy it fast, but I know a lot of people have been on this call. So I want to just make sure I can get into some of the, what some of you guys want to see. And that is, what is on the calendar. So actually, maybe we can do this right now. Let's see. Let's just take a look at MetaBurn. MetaBurn was a project, like I said, it's already launched and doing exceptionally well. And I may have it still up on the, I don't have it on the PooCoin chart, but let me just kind of, this is kind of a complex one, guys. So maybe I shouldn't even share this one because it's, like I said, it's really complex because it has a tokenomics that's not really, it's not the norm. However, it's a great tokenomics, but for me to try to explain it to you, it's going to be pretty crazy. But again, we were able to pick it here, from our actual dApp calendar. So let's take a look. And I'm going to ask anybody in the group if you have anything that you would like me to share. any projects that you're particularly looking at. I'm actually going to look at my notes to see if there's anything that perhaps someone had asked to share. And I'm just going to go ahead and skim through that really quickly and and see if there's something out there. So there's nothing in my box here that tells me there's people that have something they would like to share. So if there's something that you like to share and you want me to take a look at it for you, okay, I'm going to ask that you go ahead and let me see here. Let me get to the participants. Go ahead and raise your hand and I'll actually unmute you, and then you can actually go ahead and do that. So Wayne, I think you have yourself unmuted, right?
Yeah, I'm unmuted now. Yeah.
Hi, Wayne. How are you?
Very well indeed. Thank you.
Good.
I did send you a private message on this Zoom because
Okay.
what it was, I let me start again. I participated in a project today, and what I wanted to do is see if you could sort of run through that with me, with maybe some of the people on the call. So I think it would benefit them hugely. Now I'll tell you for why, because it was a rug pull, but basically the product was very well researched as far as I can see, and it was a big dump at the beginning, and then it sort of recovered, and I was going to get out and I didn't, and I held, and I just got out at 0.9 BNB, so I didn't lose everything. But you know, I mean, these things happen, I get it, but just whether we could go through that project and maybe you could point out the mistakes. Or
Yeah, I mean, I can try to do my best on that. What was the project?
The project was, sorry,
Okay.
see, now I can't even see. Starlink.
Link.
Yeah.
This here. Yeah. Okay. Starlink. All righty.
It was a green project, Maya.
Let me ask you this. You said it's a rug pull?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's look at it, because I'm going to actually make it a rug pull for real in a second. So let me take a look at the things for you. Okay, there's let me just open up this because I actually had it minimized. This is the Telegram link. And
if you go into it, you'll probably see some of the comments on there now. But
yeah, I'm just trying to get to outside the two messages. So
hopefully they're still polite.
These are, yeah, it looks like they've been erasing. Yeah. Oops, here you go. That's a nice little message. Yeah. So yeah, it looks like it definitely was. Let me ask you this. So you were on the pink sale, right?
Yeah, that went right the way through. We had 197 BNB.
Okay, this went right through. So yeah. Actually, so that filled.
Yeah.
And then when they went on Pancake Swap is when they basically took the money and ran.
Yeah, if you go on PooCoin, hang on a second.
Yeah,
can I copy this link into the chat? Will that help?
Absolutely. And I'll go to that PooCoin chat. Mm-hmm. There you go. Let's go to that right now. Oh yeah, this is a dump. All right. So what it looks like here is, yeah, let me see here. Oops, sorry guys. I'm moving a little too quick. I don't mean to do that and get you all dizzy. All right. These are actually the sales. Okay, as you can see, there's, I don't know why there's even sales coming in, but we'll take a look at that too. Let's look at a couple things.
I could have sworn that was in green.
There's still some liquidity over here, but that doesn't really mean anything. So you aren't able to sell right now?
No, I just did, and I got 0.9 BNB. I put in 2, so
you were able to get some out.
I just cut my losses because I thought this don't look like it's moving anywhere, you know. Okay, even looked like it was going to come back.
Okay, because it's really odd because sometimes charts will do this, and but you're by looking at the Telegram group, it tells me differently. It tells me that there is, I
Well,
think yesterday,
the devs basically disappeared from what we can see. They didn't bother, they were in the chat for a long. If you go right up to the sort of the exciting stuff at the top, I guess. But I went with what you said, like if the telephone group's Telegram group's like pretty active and this, that, and the other, and it seemed like it was. And then I did my checks. So the process was really good. So I was really pleased because obviously I'm learning, as you know. So the process was really good to go from the start to the finish. So I got the end result. I just missed something in the middle of the conversations. I wondered.
yeah, it looks like it was, they're saying it's a rug. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but
Hey, listen, look, I'm here to learn, and I know that this is going to happen.
It does, unfortunately, does happen. And it's really, let me just kind of, I want to go to the PooCoin chart again. Okay. And we can look at the holders right here. There's 328 holders right now. This kind of looks like this wallet is holding 36%. This is weird though. They have a lock with pink sale for that. Let me go to pink sale again. Let's see here. This is pink sale. It's the right one. And it says it's odd because it's only locked for looks like what, 30 days.
How did you get to that page? I know how you get the pinks out, but what did you look at?
I was here and I went to
contracts.
Yeah, hold on. I was down in here, I think, right here where it says wallet addresses. I went into here because I wanted to see. It says total values locked is 39.50, which I don't, because that looks like, yeah, this doesn't look good. Let me go to but I want to share this with you too, right? Because let me go to the website and see if it's still up. I'll tell you guys, these scammers are becoming really, really talented. I mean, it's unbelievable. So you have to be extra careful, but it looks like this Telegram group is probably down, right? I don't see anything. I don't see it. It's not moving in any direction. I'm surprised this is even still up. Honestly, you did everything right. Okay. You truly did. There's, you can't, unfortunately, stuff like this happens. It happens, more than I'd like to admit. They're really good at, like acting like they're going to do the right thing. They're great at making a great website to think that you're involved in a website that looks spot on. Mm-hmm. It's a shame, but
can I ask you a question? When we find certain projects, can we put them into the group and say, hey, look, I'm looking at this project. Has anyone got any feedback they can give me? Can you do that? Is that okay?
Yeah, actually, we can definitely do that. We have those who are, let's see here. let me go to my Vetter app here. We have a Vetter support channel, which is right here. If those of you who don't know about it, you can actually go to it. And all you have to do really is go to vetter.ai. And then there's going to be an icon to get to Telegram. And you're going to click on Telegram and it's going to bring you here. It's going to ask you to watch a video first, and then it's going to let you in. What you can do here is, this is what I always highly recommend, is that if you're looking at a project, okay, you can actually post it in here and just say, you know, you can actually, you know, put the project, if you already have it on the calendar, all right, you could put it in there and you could put your link to the calendar and say, you know, hey guys, I scouted this. Can, you know, anybody have any opinions on it? Can we get some more eyes on this? You know, to have other people take a look at it, that you absolutely can do. You know, I do that a lot with a lot of things. I do it a lot in our Discord group, but you can also do it here, you know, with no problem. You can even go to our Vetter official group, you know, if you're a member of that. If not, again, you just go there, a Vetter AI official group, and you can start to share information in here too. We do that an awful lot because, you know, it's a way for everybody to kind of get their eyes on it, because, you know, here's the thing, Wayne, I may not hear what you hear, and you may not hear what I hear. And that these 14,000 people that are in this group, they may have insight on something before you do. So yeah, I think it's a great way. And that's really how we really should be sharing information, to be able to help one another, honestly. So yeah, I mean, it's very unusual, you know, for things, you know, Starlink, you know, had a KYC with Pink Sale. So I know, well, I don't really ever give a lot of, I don't give a lot of spunk to that, to be honest with you. So I really don't like, I don't really think that their audit is, KYC is really, they don't do the due diligence. You know, and what Ken Saar has said here, and that's a great idea, and I do keep track of that, but unfortunately they do change their names. And so he says, it seems like that Starlink had a KYC and audited Pink Sale. In this case, can we ask Pink Sale to release the KYC info? You know, you can, but you're probably not going to get an answer, and you could definitely try. So that we can create a record or database on those owners or devs that have a history of rugging. Yeah, unfortunately, those owners and those who rug, you know, they go from project to project to project, and they just keep on changing their name, and you have no idea who they are. You know, that's why, I mean, it's a sad thing to say, but that's the truth. And it's really a shame. Now, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go to our Vetter chat group right now, not our chat group, but let me just get out of here.
Yeah, sorry to say this, Phyllis, but there's the second one for me.
Okay, well, you know,
the other one was Madhouse Ape.
I have quite a few. I've gotten in quite a few myself. I'm trying to actually minimize my screen. Let me just get to
I just thought by sharing it might give some value to other people on the call.
It does. And it's, you know, it's great to be able to share these big wins, right? But also it's, you know, you have to share the losses as well. Mark this project as a rug, and I'm marketing it as a rug right now. Okay. So that people know it's a rug, and I'll make sure, you know, that we know that. But yeah, I'm really sorry. I hate to see that happen to anybody, really, but you did all the right things, you know. Okay. But the one thing that you can do, you know, you can go ahead and, you know, like build a network within our groups, you know, and start to get questions, ask questions. We do it all the time. That's how, actually, if those of you who don't know the story about how Vetter actually became to what it is today, it started with a Discord group, and there was, you know, it started out with 100 people, and then it increased over time. And what we did is we were learning how to actually get involved in pre-sales. And so as a group, as a Discord group, we had more and more people come on. And so it was like 100, 200, 300, 400, and it went up from there. So what we started doing is people started bringing projects, to Discord. So it was all manual, kind of like a manual labor type of thing. And we would communicate with one another, about projects that we actually saw that we thought were good, projects that we, needed advice on. People would come in, there would be people who would vet a project and come back and say, no way, that project's no good, don't get in it. And we started to kind of gather a lot of this information, and it became extremely helpful. And we started building, a strong network of scouts and vetters, people who actually were out there scouting and vetting projects and bringing it to the community. And we would just basically, again, communicate our thoughts. And that's how kind of Vetter became because here's what was happening. Prior to that, Mike actually started doing Vetter. He was doing his own pre-sales. So he was doing the scouting, the vetting, he was doing, doing the launch, he was doing everything himself, and he was doing really well. So when he created Discord, the thought was, what if we can create a group of people who are doing exactly what I'm doing right now, but there's lots of us. So we'll be able to look at lots of projects, and we'll be able to, bring lots of people's eyes on the projects. And that's exactly what happened. And that's kind of how Vetter kind of came, to light. So there's a good bedtime story for your children. I'm just playing, but yeah, that's actually how it happened. It was pretty exciting. So I'm going to just ask if there's anything else you want me to actually look at. I can actually do that.
Thank you anyway, Phyllis. Brilliant. I really appreciate it. It was the only thing I wanted to ask just before you leave is, the pool size, does that make a difference? Because I saw you on another video say, oh, you should look to go in at 200 to 400 or something like that.
I personally, I like getting into projects that are like 400, 500, 6,000, 7,000, 1,500, 2,000. And I like higher projects like that. And I just find like some of these lower cap type things, or not lower cap, but lower soft caps, a lot of them are pump and dumps, and that's how I vision them. That's how I see them. I mean, is it always true? No, but like I said the other day, it's really about your own strategy. So personally, I don't really look at those types of projects, because I really feel that, they're more of a pump and dump. So that means people are going to get in, I don't know whether it's legit or not. They'll hit their soft cap right away, and anything can happen. So I like they're having some, a higher cap, so that it's kind of more legitimate for me. So I look at projects that honestly, I don't even look at like 300, even 400. I said that for you guys, but I honestly, like, I look at like 1,000, 1,500, the very, very least, between like, 600 and 700 for myself. And that's just me, but everybody has different philosophies. Some people like to get in lower things because they want to get in and get out. That's okay. But just know that the risk is a lot higher. And the risk is always a lot higher, without a whitelist as well. So that's why I do it. And again, Wayne, it's really about what your philosophy is. And I think everybody who gets involved with anything, not just in crypto, but in anything, I think you need to have a philosophy, about, how you want to engage in it. And then you have to really try to stick to that. So I stick to my philosophy all the time. So I hope that helps you in determining, what should your philosophy be? My philosophy is not the best or the end all be all. We all have our own philosophies, but that's kind of mine. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Wayne. You'll get one, believe me. All right. So anybody want me to look at other projects for them, or anybody have any questions or anything that they'd like to ask? I'd be more than happy to ask them. We can go into projects and just start looking at some projects if you like. If there's one that you specifically would like to look at, just throw it in the chat box and I'll be happy to go directly there. So anything?
Hello.
Yeah, I hear you.
No, I just have a quick question. The Discord group, is it open every day? What time? And
It actually is a Discord group. It's a paid Discord group, so you have to pay to join, and it's 24/7.
it's 24/7. Okay.
Yeah, it is. I've learned a ton from it. That's how I became, that's how I actually learned how to, really get more involved in crypto. So yeah, it's really good. An awesome group.
Yeah, excuse me. I've joined. It's just that I have not joined. I've joined, but I've not joined. I did.
You joined, but you didn't engage. Is that what you're saying?
No, I just joined. I DM'd
Okay.
Anna,
Welcome.
and I DM Anna's just last night, and so I just wanted to come here. I like coming to the 4 o'clock chat because I find it very educational. And then I want also to jump into the Discord where I could get more information too. But I was listening to this gentleman that asked a question, and was it a problem? Was it a token that was vetted by Vetter, or was it something he found?
I think it was on our calendar. I'm not sure it was vetted. Was it vetted there, Wayne?
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, it was a beige. From what I remember. I thought it was green.
See.
I thought it was green.
It was Star. I thought it was actually
Star.
just Scouted. Let me just.
Starlink.
Yeah.
What's the difference between the two?
Yeah,
Sorry.
it was just Scouted, guys. So that means that this Scout liked the project and they posted it. I personally, I like to filter. Let me just take this out. I filter because I am a vetter, a purple vetter, and I actually like to look at vetted projects myself. Doesn't necessarily mean that it can't happen. It doesn't necessarily mean that, they can't rug. Okay. But the success rate of looking at let me show you a project that has been, let's just look at one. Let's look at the one I was talking about earlier. It was Metaburn, right? Let's just take a look at that so you can kind of understand what I'm saying. Kevin is he is a green scout and he's a purple vetter. Okay. So he actually was the scout and the vetter of this project. So this is his scouting, right? And I mean, look at his scouting, right? How it's very detailed. You can read it and go to his vetting. Okay. And what he's doing is he's telling you some really good information here. Okay. He's telling you that, of course, the Telegram group is showing good signs of communication. The team is answering questions and there's no evidence of bots. He updated that on 126. There was 3,300 people. And if we go there now, he's probably tracked it to be even higher. The Telegram messages have been out about whitelist and call channels. That means that they're actually starting to market. Reinhard is the developer, and Reinhard is a pretty known developer who has had really good projects in the past. So yeah, so we want to make sure that he indicated that. So a lot of times, not saying the scouts don't have this information, they can get that information, but sometimes I like to personally have a vetter, kind of stick their teeth into it. they actually, he actually knew this person. So he actually brought it to the community. He posted about posted the recordings of their AMAs they had, and he was on more than one AMA. This group here called Whale Coin Talk is a whale group that in Telegram that they bring things to all the time. And he did a deep dive and did a lot of research. He said here pre-sale and launch details are still to be announced. Well, that already happened. He basically said that he fully expects, because they launched peanut butter, and peanut butter is a launch pad. So that was launched and it was a successful launch pad. So again, remember I said yesterday or the day before, whenever I do the calls, I always say that, you always want to make sure that, the project, if you're getting into a private sale, you really want to make sure you know who they are. But great, if you can know who they are to get into a pre-sale, that's great too. So he knows this person. So it was somebody that he felt comfortable with, just like with Vetter. We know that the devs have already created Vetter, and now they're going to be expanding into a launch pad, and we can feel really comfortable to get into that because of the fact is the history was there. So yeah. So yeah, I like doing myself. I like to look at better projects. Personally, I do like looking at scouts, but I do look at better projects myself to get into. I know that was a long-winded answer, but all right. I think Vernon, you have your hand raised.
Well, actually I didn't put it down, but I would just like to just make this final point on this since we're about to leave it. I sort of always thought that I thought every project. I'm very new to Vetter. Let me just say this. I'm just sort of looking for information myself.
Welcome.
I thought that every project that was vetted and was scouted was also vetted. I just thought it was a follow-up just to ensure. It's like insurance. Even if you have to do your own research afterwards, but I thought the vetting was always done to support the scouting that was done, either supported or to expose or to show whatever weaknesses that might be there.
Well, not all projects get vetted. There's tons of projects on here.
Okay.
But there is a way, there's a filter right here where you can actually filter projects. And if you wanted to just see like maybe like a green rank vetted projects, then you can go look at the green ranks vetted only. So that means that if they were vetted, they were actually scouted and vetted. So let me just, it's going to take a little time because I'm sharing my screen. Actually, let me just go back and grab, let me refresh, guys, sorry. Okay, let's just get rid of these for a second and this for a second. It's me. It's a user problem. Trust me. It's me. All right. Let's see here. Got to give it a time to load because I actually refreshed. There we go. All right. Like I was saying, let me see if I can, maybe I get it to come up. Here you go. See how this was actually scouted by the scout, right? And then the vetter came in and vetted it. And actually, I was in the process of vetting it again, and myself. So this scout, you can, the vetter and the scout can be the same person, and that's a good thing. But not every project is going to be vetted. So that's why I like to share with people just how we can actually filter and be able to use that to filter projects. So you can actually filter them to know who is actually what's actually a vetted project. But no, not every scouted project is vetted. Okay.
Thanks for answering the question. Yes.
You're welcome anytime. All right. Any other questions? Someone did ask about how can I vote, I believe, right? And I believe, actually.
Yeah, that was me, Phyllis. I just wanted to know more about the voting.
Yeah, actually, I think it's, I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure if it was loaded yet to the library. We do have one, but let me just see if it's here yet, because we have someone right now who is loading to the library. But actually, you know what you can do, guys? And it's actually
it's just there. It's just there, Phyllis. You actually just scroll past it. If you go back into the vote, you'll see it. I've seen it now. It says how to vote properly.
Okay.
Under the dApp.
There you go. Here it is. This is one that we actually did. And just so everybody knows, I want to just take you to YouTube. All right. So just that you know that we do have a YouTube channel. Okay. And let me just go to, let me just go do it this way better. Okay. We are actually, let me just go to Vetter.
Isn't uncommon, even in the first few days of a project launching. Unfortunately.
Okay. And let's go to Vetter. So you can go to Vetter and actually subscribe. Okay, I'm already subscribed. So this is another email that I have, but I'm subscribed to my own email. So you can subscribe. And then you can actually get notified. You know what? Let me go there the way that, so you can actually see. Let me just switch my account. Okay. And yeah, it's not recognizing me because I'm in an admin. Okay. Well, let's,
you got it on the left on the subscriptions. You might be able to go and click that.
Yeah, I know, but I'm subscribing to myself. And here, all right. Now see how I have this, there's a subscribe button and an unsubscribe. So I'm subscribed, and see how this bell is here? I have it clicked. That means that every time somebody puts something here, I get notified on what I'm following. So that's kind of how you actually follow. But you definitely want to come in here. These are all the discussions that we've had. Okay, but there's also, we're actually creating this as well. It's called Vetterverse. We will be filling this up as well. So you'll be able to actually subscribe and do that too. So if it's not in the Vetter in the vault, okay, it'll be in one of our YouTube channels. What we're doing is we're actually taking what we have and we're actually putting it into here, and we are creating a lot more videos. You're going to see this start to get massive. It's going to almost like there's going to be a lot of information in here, because as people are asking questions, what we're doing is we're creating videos and we're putting them in this video vault. Okay. All right. Any other questions? All right, guys.
I got my hand up.
Oh, let me get there. Let's see here. You sure do. Someone does. Let's see who it is. Oh, Mauricio, let me just, there you go. How are you doing?
Hey, Phyllis, how you doing?
I'm great. How about yourself?
Great. Great to hear from you here on this chat.
I know. I haven't talked to you in a long time.
Yeah. So I'm in the program since October, right?
Right.
But I've been trying to learn, but as of right now, I've been I've been a chicken shit, you know, that I'm really kind of afraid to actually look at something, commit to let's say to look at a project and just go for it and start, you know, like the gentleman, he already had a couple of rug pulls. I haven't done any of that because I'm afraid. So what I like you to do, if you can, is, let's say, if you start like right there where you are right now on the calendar, and then you say, what is the mindset that you need to have, or that you personally, you, when you gonna look at a project, and can you walk us through?
Sure. I do that pretty much on mostly every call. Today we had some questions, so we kind of did some of it, but we didn't do all of it. So yeah, I can walk you through, you know, a project. Let's just pick one. Let's pick one down here. Legion. Okay. Now, if you notice, I picked the purple vetter, voter, and scout.
Yeah, but when you was in the calendar, was you like in the better projects only, or like right there?
I'm at vetted projects only.
Okay, all right. So
I
that's
am,
what.
but
So
you know,
network doesn't matter, or Launchpad or anything like that.
for me, it doesn't really matter.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So I look at Legion.
Okay.
I know she's a purple scout and a purple vetter. Okay. Which is a good thing. It says here that it's coming up on a launch
Today.
which
Today?
is that's not going to be today. It's actually, the launch is the 31st. This is today that.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, it's telling me that I clicked this today. This is the
Okay.
last time someone touched it.
Okay.
So, you know, you can read through what she has, okay? But the most important thing for me is I go to their Telegram group and I open their Telegram group. And when I open their Telegram group, what I do is I join their Telegram group. And it's asking me to verify. So I have to actually go in here and click that. Oops, congratulations, I passed the CAPTCHA. Start. Okay. All right. So now I can go back. I guess it's going to let me go. Oh, I guess I didn't pass the CAPTCHA.
No, you're supposed to write a message, I think, right?
Oh, is that what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, I think it wants me to do this, is what I think. AC60. Is it N or M? It looks like an M.
MB? M?
Yep.
I think it's M.
Yeah. You can now return to the chat.
I thought you have to start. Okay. Now
so
you
now
write
I'm, yeah. Right? So I'm here, and what I do is I start to look around and make sure that there are real live people talking. And you'll say, how do I determine that? Well, you determine that by just like messages that a bot can actually put in there, like hi, hello, what's up? But a bot is not going to say why, after buying on the app, the coins amount don't show, not showing. That's not, a bot wouldn't write that message. Okay, so I look for real live communication within the actual Telegram. Okay. That's important to me because I think that tells me that they're real people. I also will ask questions in here, questions like that I want to know answers to, like maybe I want to know about their hard cap or their soft cap or whatever it is that I want to know. I always put a question in here and I wait for an answer. I don't care what, you know, it's got to, I want it to be answered. Someone's got to answer my question at least a few times because I want to make sure that I am talking to someone, right?
And you're waiting for the answer within a period of time, or because somebody?
Well, honestly, if it's a project that is an active community, okay. If the project is an active community, somebody will answer that.
Yes.
Either it'll be the moderator, okay, or it's going to be somebody in the community. Like when you go to our Telegram groups, okay, there's a big difference. Okay, let's just go to ours and look. Okay.
Yeah, I
Now,
wouldn't even compare that.
right. But what I'm saying though is there's the community answering questions. There's people that care about the project because they're answering questions. You know, when I ask questions in here and nobody kind of responds at all, you know, and there's supposed to be 4,063 people online right now.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And there's 85,000 members. So I don't know. I don't like that. Doesn't sit well with me. You know, it
Yeah.
doesn't sit well with me. So they're the kind of things that I look at. I'll be honest with you guys. This here, the Telegram group usually makes up my mind 99.9% of my time. Seriously, because the number one, if you take in Mike's training as you enter Discord, okay,
Mhm.
the number one thing that we look at, the number one thing
Communication.
is communication. That's right. So Mauricio, that's the biggest thing for me. And I don't mean just one-time communication.
Mhm.
I mean, I go back and go back and go back and go back. If you notice here, I have invested. Now, some of these I already sold. Okay. But if I have projects that I'm invested in, I go back to their community. If I'm looking at a project, okay, like say I'm looking at a project.
Mhm.
These are projects. Well, I don't really know if I have anything in here right now because I used to just keep it in here, you know, and I would actually go back and keep on looking. But now I don't have to do that because in our Vetter platform, okay, let
Mhm.
me just get out of here. Actually, I'm going to have to close up shop in a few minutes, guys.
Okay.
That's okay. I'm going to show you because I want to, because what I do now is if I'm looking at a project that I like, I can go ahead and just hit this. And
Okay.
it favorites that project for me.
Okay.
And then when I go to my own profile, which is
Okay.
here,
Okay.
you know, I can look at, you know, what I'm watching. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm done watching this, but I'm in a trade, so I'm going to keep it there. But you know, if you're watching something, you can go ahead and put it in here. So I visit this on a regular basis, and then I usually will go back to their Telegram group if they're not launched yet to keep an eye on what's going on, you know, with them.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Let me just take a little quick pick. Oh, I can't talk today. Quick peek of let's see. When you, Cynthia, I believe it's our next release or one of the releases that are coming up, you will be able to follow a successful vetter. And, you know, and how, I don't really know specifically how it's going to work, but I have to assume that you're going to be able to go to their profile and maybe click a follow button or something like that. That's
Yeah,
yeah.
because I was looking at that and but you know, you can follow anything right now. You can even click on that.
Right, absolutely. But you know what you can do? I'm going to show you a little trick. Go here and say you want to follow K Vetter.
Okay.
Okay. Because you think he does a good job. Well, there you go. There's all his posts.
Oh, okay.
And if you do vet it, that's what you're going to come up with, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you do it. If you wanted to see, you know, whoever, John A., and you wanted to see the projects he scouted, because he does scouts and he does, you know, a lot of scout projects that do well too. So these are the projects.
Great.
So even without the follow button, you can actually still follow people.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was awesome.
All right. Well, I'm glad I was able to help. So guys, I'm actually going to close up for the day because we do have another call happening in 5 minutes. And you are quite welcome, Ken. Appreciate each and every one of you. I love being able to interact and see how we can help one another. And like I say all the time on these calls, that it's not always about, you know, what you're going to learn. It's always what I'm going to learn from you too, because I can tell you, I do learn a lot, you know, from people, you know, as well. So, you know, just because we're the speaker behind the call doesn't necessarily mean that we don't have anything to learn, because we sure do. So we learn from you by your questions, because sometimes we get asked a great question and that's a question that we never had before or even thought of. So what you bring to us is just as worthy as what I bring to you. So have a great night, everyone, and better tomorrow. And I'll see you soon. Take
All
care.
right, Phyllis, have a great one.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate it.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.